And over the course of the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal to you a secret that is hidden in plain sight, but invisible for those who don't have the eyes to see or the ears to hear. So if you stick with me for a few minutes, the secret will seem to materialize out of thin air. Like so many tools we need to improve our lives, the secret to success in life, however you may define it, is right under your nose, waiting for you to see it. And if you're like me, you don't believe in coincidences. If something happens, it happens for a reason. And so you are here watching this presentation for a reason. It's not random happenstance that finds you here with me. And I promise once you leave here, you'll know how to change your life for the better forever. Before we get started with all of that, I'd like to reveal to you how I discovered this long known but often ignored secret. I didn't learn it from a guru or from a man under a tree. I didn't have to scale a mountain to some long-lost secret in snow-covered Himalayas. However, once I saw it, I was inspired beyond belief. I discovered this secret on my own and quite by accident, and it took me a very tough road to understand it and to put it to use. A road that took me to the brink of death and back. And it all started when my doctor gave me a death sentence. Well, at least that's what I thought at the time. But I'm getting ahead of myself. 12 years ago, I could not have shared these secrets with you. Today, after discovering them and using them, I'm truly blessed. I work from home creating guided meditation videos, and my amazing career rewards me financially. I receive tremendous love and support from my family and friends. And each day I awaken with an abundance of peace and love and gratitude within me. But it was not always this way. In my past life, I was depressed, financially broke, and I suffered from debilitating anxiety. And back then, if you would have told me that I would live a life of joy, abundance, and financial freedom, I probably would have laughed in your face. However, today that describes my life perfectly.
Back in my 20s and 30s, I was a singer, and I performed on stages across Australia, Taiwan, Malaysia, in various song contests and talent quests. And a number of these performances were broadcast on TV, and I would often take out first place or at the very least second in the grand finals. Now, without wanting to blow my own trumpet, I was pretty good at what I did. I loved it. From the spotlight to the applause each night, I was in the zone. The problem was, however, despite my success, I got very little professional, meaning paid work. My agents were big on promises, but nothing ever panned out. All too often, a project was about to be produced and then would fall through at the last moment. It seemed to me like I was stuck as a talent contestant and that no one believed in me on a professional level. In truth, though, my problem was more about a deeper non-belief in myself, which I was not aware of at the time, but I would later come to understand that. The constant lack of professional work and repeated disappointment when things fell through led me to feeling despondent. I got angry and was hurt that my dreams were not happening, no matter how much I seemed to try. Eventually, I switched to the victim mode. Why me, I would often ask. I'm a good guy. Why can't I achieve my dreams? I'm not asking too much, am I? I began to feel the pinch financially and had to sign up for unemployment benefits. I was not making enough money to cover my bills, and for the first time in my life, I began to feel worthless. Like so many before me, to ease this pain, I turned to drugs and alcohol. I abused my body, mind, and spirit in all ways possible. I would go on weekend benders of drugs and alcohol and would often wind up in bed with complete strangers. In short, I no longer cared. And the deeper I got myself into this mind-numbing situation, the more worthless I felt. The more worthless I felt, the deeper I would fall into this destructive lifestyle. I was beginning to resent what my friends had. I would often see them in their happy lives and their loved ones, and I hated it. After several years of living this party lifestyle, abusing myself and others, it began to take its toll on me. I became sick and tired and run down. I could no longer function and just wanted to stay in bed for days at a time. I knew I had abused myself for many years at that point and figured that it was finally starting to catch up on me. So I decided to go to the doctors for a checkup, and my doctor gave me a barrage of blood tests to find out what was going on. 2 weeks later, I received a call telling me he wanted to see me. Now, what the physician told me at that appointment hit me like a ton of bricks. I was terrified. I couldn't believe my ears. You see, the results of the test were conclusive. I was HIV positive. That doctor might as well have told me I was going to die tomorrow. With those words, I knew my life was over. I fell even further into depression and anxiety. Just when I had made a decision to change my life, suddenly my life was at an end. It was like a sick joke. Everything stopped. I felt like my life was falling down into a deep hole. I wouldn't talk with anyone. I wouldn't answer the door when people came over. Eventually, everyone stopped calling or trying to find me. I was ashamed, guilt-ridden, and I felt worthless and scared. My counsellor told me, "Oh, don't worry. People with HIV are living for 7 to 10 years now." Oh, great. So instead of living for another 50 years, I could look forward to 10 years, maybe. I felt like I was a walking time bomb, waiting to die. Every time I heard the term HIV or read about it, it was a constant reminder. A year passed and I barely spoke to anyone other than my medical providers. And the only thing that kept me sane at the time were my dogs, Buddy and Dharma. I would occasionally take them for a walk on the beach. I didn't want to go out, but it just wasn't fair to keep them inside the house all the time. But even those walks felt hollow, and I always made a point of going when I knew almost no one would be there. I was preparing myself to die.
Then one beautiful day while I was out walking Buddy and Dharma, it hit me. I was alive. And suddenly in that moment, I didn't feel deficient in any way. For that moment, I felt a little bit of happiness and it felt great. It was like some sort of an awakening. I saw the sun going down, smelled the salt in the air and felt the ocean breeze. It was as if my senses had been shut off for years and suddenly they were back on, hypersensitive. As I sat there basking in the beauty of everything around me, the thought suddenly jumped into my mind. This will never last. You can feel good now, but you're still going to die. I realized there was no way this feeling would sustain itself. Sure, I felt great now, but in an hour I'd be back in my house looking at the walls and preparing to die. So I decided then that I had to do something. After sitting on the beach for hours with Buddy and Dharma, and they love the extra long trip, it finally occurred to me that I could change everything if I changed the meaning of HIV. Now, the letters stand for human immunodeficiency virus, but I didn't care what the doctors say. I decided to give HIV my own meaning, and there in the sand, I changed what the letters stand for. And from that day on, for me, HIV meant and means here in vitality. Whenever I heard it mentioned again, it would reinforce to me that I am alive, well, and living in vitality. And it wasn't a denial of the disease that was in my body. I accepted that. But during those few hours on the beach, I chose to live while I am alive. The term HIV became a positive affirmation for me. Every time I heard it or would see it written, it was a beautiful reminder to me of the power I am standing in at this very moment, here in vitality. Sitting there, feeling empowered for the first time in years. I realized that I wasn't going to be able to undo years of negative programming with just one inspirational flash and a few hours of introspection. In order to foster and strengthen this newfound vision, I would have to do something to keep this feeling alive. I began to chant, "I am living here in vitality. I am living here in vitality," all the time. It was like a constant affirmation that was playing constantly in my head. I chanted it out loud. I chanted it silently to myself. I put a tune to it and sang it in the shower. I repeated that phrase over and over again until I could feel it with every fibre of my being. It seemed like a magic affirmation to me because the more I would say it, the more energy I would muster within myself, and it made me feel alive again. I began to have so much gratitude for simply being here in this present moment. I would write the affirmation down and stick it up on the bathroom mirror so I could see it every day. So what changed here? My circumstances were still the same. My past was still my past. I was still living with HIV. But I was able to change everything about my life. And instead of waiting to die, I started to live. Sure, the old ways of thinking came up, but I used my magical affirmation to quickly expel those thoughts. I would never be the victim of my circumstances. Eventually, I found meditation. And that's when things started to change drastically.
Through meditation, I found the ability to start a new career, reconnect with old friends, and start living my life to the fullest. In short, I rebuilt my life from the bottom up. And today, just 12 years later, I'm completely fulfilled. I love what I do professionally. I have the most wonderful family and friends around me, and I feel grateful for every day I live. For so many years I was miserable when I had all the gifts life could bestow. It took what I thought at the time was a death sentence for me to wake up and start living. I knew these secrets I had uncovered could help anyone live an extraordinary life. But imagine my shock when I learned how many rich, successful and famous people had used the exact same process to achieve all that I had achieved. For example, at an event I attended, Arnold Schwarzenegger shared how he arrived in America with nothing but a goal of becoming the best bodybuilder in the world. He worked harder than anyone else in the gym, and when everyone was exhausted and quitting, Arnold would work out even harder. He talked about how he would picture lifting the world championship trophy when he was lifting weights. He talked about saying the same phrases over and over again until he believed them without question. He even talked about being introduced to transcendental meditation and how it still helps him today. Visualization, affirmations, and meditation. These are Buddha's secrets. And the fact that Arnold uses them without being a practicing Buddhist is proof positive of their power, whether you are a Buddhist or not. Now, before you roll your eyes, you should also understand that most people have no idea how to use any of these tools to achieve what they want. You see, when someone talks about visualization, they think of that ridiculous movie, The Secret. Sure, the concept of visualization works, but a Ferrari isn't going to drop out of the sky into your garage. There's a little bit more to it than sitting about, imagining that you are driving a fancy car or living in a big house. There's a specific method to follow that program and focus your subconscious mind. When done properly, it's extremely powerful. And when done improperly, you're likely to achieve nothing at all. While saying positive things to yourself in the shower and imagining what it would be like to have a Ferrari won't do anything for you. When done properly and combined with affirmations and meditation, visualizing your goals can take you to the top. I mean, just look at what Arnold did with it. Buddha's secret took Arnold to the heights of greatness in 4 different careers: as an entrepreneur, a bodybuilder, a movie star, and a politician. Those same things helped me to rebuild my life after my death sentence. Today I have the perfect life for me. What would the perfect life for you be like? Stay with me for a second. Imagine if your life was perfect. What would it look like? Are you married or single? What kind of house do you live in? A luxury condo on Miami Beach or a modest house somewhere in rural America? What kind of car do you drive? How much money do you have? I will assume you wouldn't want to be broke, but some people want hundreds of millions of dollars while others just want to be secure and comfortable. Do you travel or are you more of a homebody? What do you do for work? Or maybe you've made enough money to retire. What hobbies do you do? I want you to really feel what it would be like to have all of this. Step into what it would feel like to have your perfect life. You can have that exact life. By properly using the tools I used, Arnold used, Steve Jobs used, Tiger Woods used, David Bowie used, and Jennifer Aniston used, you get the idea. By using these same tools, you can get everything you just imagined and more. And it doesn't matter your age. The list of college students who become billionaires seems to grow every year. And remember, Colonel Sanders of Kentucky Fried Chicken fame became a multi-millionaire by starting KFC after he received his first Social Security check. Your education level or IQ doesn't matter. Having had the pleasure of meeting many very successful people, I can assure you that you don't need to be a genius. Your current life situation doesn't matter. Many people have started their road to success hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, divorced, and emotionally and physically broken. All you need is a strong focus on what you want, the tools to bring it into reality. So let's skip all the generalities and get right down to brass tacks. What does all of this mean to you? Your life is controlled by the definitions you put on what happens. Just like when I put a death sentence definition on an HIV diagnosis, and I spent a year preparing myself to die. Then when I changed the definition, my life changed radically. The only difference was the definition I placed on the letters HIV. My old definition was death. My new definition is here in vitality. Now, okay, I get that might sound trite or cheesy, but the results are undeniable. And here's the most exciting part. Your conscious mind has complete and total control over the definitions you put on things. Here's the sticking point. Your subconscious mind is not so easily changed. You have to teach it the new definitions, or you will unconsciously slip back into old meanings and definitions. And while there are many ways to change your subconscious programming, most of what you read and hear only work by accident. Kind of like dumping a gallon of milk upside down in order to pour a glass of milk. Sure, you will get some milk in the cup. You might even fill the cup if you dump 2 or 3 gallons over the same way. However, that's a tremendous amount of waste. On the other hand, if you steadily and carefully pour the milk into your cup, you'll have a full cup of milk without the waste and without a mess to clean up. That's how most meditation or visualization courses work. There are a whole host of different exercises and activities, most of which are useless. However, if you do enough stuff for long enough, you will find some results. And so a few people who put their heart and soul into some of the other courses do get a few minor results. However, when you focus on what really works to reprogram and retrain your subconscious as quickly as possible, and you eliminate everything else, you'll get amazing results so quickly you might end up deciding to slow things down on purpose. I know that sounds crazy, but when too many good things enter your life all at once, it can be shocking and unnerving. Many students find their lives changing for the better so quickly that they intentionally slow down so they can catch their breath and feel acclimated to the new positive life they are designing. That's the power hiding inside you right now. Simply by learning to unlock it and release it in your life, everything changes, virtually overnight. Clearly, in this short presentation, I can't explain everything in depth. I just don't have the time. Still, I promise you I would have usable information at the end of this presentation, and I want to deliver on that promise. So I'm going to reveal 2 very simple, very powerful things you can start doing now to get a little momentum and start changing your life right now. So first, let's talk about visualizations, since that's the topic du jour with the New Age gurus over the internet. When you hear people talking about visualizations, they tell you to visualize yourself living the life of your dreams. Feel it, taste it, touch it, see it so clearly that you will believe it is real. Now, there's only one problem with that. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and vivid imagination. So think about it like this. Your subconscious mind doesn't have any access to the world. It only knows what the conscious mind tells it. If you use your imagination to create a vivid experience of you living your dreams to the point where you can taste and smell and touch this imagined world, your subconscious mind takes that input as reality. It simply doesn't know the difference. In short, if you follow their instructions, your subconscious mind will believe you already have what you are striving for. If you already have it, your subconscious doesn't have to work to bring it to you, and your goal setting and achievement ability will stall out. There are some cases in advanced teachings where it can be helpful to see yourself actually living the life of your dreams, but only occasionally and only in the correct context. To activate and reprogram your subconscious mind, the best thing you can do is see yourself living the life you want as if you were watching it on a movie. In other words, you aren't in the actual picture, you're standing outside the image, watching it. That tells your subconscious that you want that life and you don't have it, and now your subconscious can go about creating that life for you. Without some more in-depth instruction, that's an easy way to get more horsepower out of your visualizations. The second thing I want to talk about is a little more basic, and unfortunately it's often overlooked, and I'm talking about affirmations. Affirmations have been given a bad name because too many people use them incorrectly. Do you remember the character Stuart Smalley on Saturday Night Live? Stuart was a self-loathing, wannabe self-help guru, and he was famous for looking in the mirror and saying something like, "People like you and you are a good person." That was funny because we've all seen people just like Stuart do that. They'll look in the mirror and tell themselves blatantly lies and expect those lies to come true as if they just believe in them hard enough. Affirmations are one of the most important tools you have to design your life, but you have to use them properly. Now, you wouldn't use your TV remote to open the garage door, then complain because the remote didn't work, right? Of course not. You have to use the correct remote, the correct way for the correct purpose, and suddenly your garage door opens as if by magic. And the correct affirmation, used correctly and for the right purpose, can dramatically and permanently change your life. Affirmations are so powerful that they were once considered magical. People who claim to use magic would repeat a phrase over and over again, and through that phrase they claimed their magic worked. They called the phrase an incantation. Today we call it an affirmation. Here's the most basic way to properly use an affirmation. The phrase should be short and direct. It should encourage to make whatever change you want to make. While you are saying it, you should touch a spot on your body every time you repeat it. I like to suggest fingertips because it's easy and doesn't make you look strange in public. Finally, the affirmation should be combined with some sort of physical activity, ideally something like walking. So you walk each step, you say a word of the incantation, and you touch your thumb and forefinger on both hands. And when you repeat it, you do it the same way, only you touch your thumb and middle finger. And next time you say it, you touch your thumb and ring finger. On and on until you have done the pinky, then you start over. If you follow this program anytime you're walking, you will find the affirmation working its way into your subconscious. So let's say you believe you need to be more disciplined about how you approach life. You go for a mile walk in the morning and use the affirmation, "I have superhuman discipline." Then anytime you're walking throughout the day, you use this affirmation formula to further instill the affirmation to your subconscious. And eventually, you'll find yourself developing a powerful and unbeatable discipline in how you approach life. And the coolest thing is that it'll come naturally to you. Now, as I said before, I don't have the time in this short presentation to go everything I know and use to live my dream life. But look, just in a few short years, I went from dead broke, preparing myself to die, to having a fulfilling career, financial abundance, and being surrounded by friends and family who love and support me. From loneliness to love, and from desperation to abundance in each and every area of my life. And now I have a burning desire to help others to do the exact same thing. So I created a home study course entitled Meditation Mastery Secrets. The first question I always get when I talk about the Meditation Mastery Secrets is If your program is about meditation, why don't I just look on YouTube and find some videos that teach me how to meditate? And it's a fair question, but I think it can be a bit naive. Look, I put out hundreds of videos on YouTube and they've been viewed hundreds of millions of times. And I've been all over YouTube looking at what people put out about meditation. Much of it is bad, but even the good stuff is incomplete. If you want to have a video watched on YouTube by more than a few people, you can't make it hours long. Videos that are too long simply never show up in the searches and never get widespread by YouTube. And to give you a complete overview of meditation and how to use it to actively change your life, it takes hours just to cover the basics. Never mind introducing affirmations and visualizations into the mix. So one of the first lessons of meditation mastery is not to try and find shortcuts for everything. And when you don't look for shortcuts and you use affirmations, meditation, and visualization the right way, the life you want will seemingly flow to you. It happens so easily and quickly, and it has scared several of my students in the past. People like Terry or Florin or even Anne. Here's the really exciting part. I've managed to distill everything down into just 9 simple lessons. You'll discover how affirmation, visualizations, and meditation all have a multiplier effect on each other, so even the most outrageous and ridiculous desires can be fulfilled in minimum time. Once you've discovered the secrets in meditation mastery, you'll be able to understand and fix any problems you might face. The power of your subconscious mind is limitless. Using meditation mastery secrets will help put you in sync with your subconscious and your goals. You will know exactly what to do in any second to keep yourself moving toward your goals. Eliminate brain fog forever. Do you ever have that foggy feeling, like you're living in a daze? Not anymore. Meditation mastery secrets will eliminate that permanently. However you want to change your life, a clear mind is the first step. You'll be able to visualize anything you want at all. Imagine being able to see anything you want in specific detail in your mind's eye. How much easier would it be to make your desires a reality? You'll finally find the focus that you need to get what you want. Ask anyone who has been successful at anything and they will tell you the most important key to achievement is focus. With meditation mastery secrets, you will have it. Say goodbye to stress and worry, and struggle will be a thing of the past. Stress and worry and fear block you from getting everything you want out of life. Finally, with meditation mastery secrets, they will be gone once and for all. Free yourself from the expectations and restrictions others place upon you. You will no longer feel compelled to put others' well-being before your own. Influence others with a powerful and ease you've never imagined before. Meditation Mastery Secrets gives you a calm sense of inner peace which radiates through your life. Others will want to do things for you and be close to you. You will literally have to stop people from serving you in some cases. You'll know exactly what the most effective action you can take is, at any moment, for any reason. Effectiveness is what separates the most successful people from the ne'er-do-wells. Your timing will be uncanny. Without even trying, you'll start to arrive on time for things, say the right things at the right time, and know exactly what actions to take when. That's the power of calm and directed subconscious. You'll suddenly have massive amounts of sexual energy. Let's face it, a good sex life is about 10% of a relationship. A bad sex life is 90%. Plus, sexual vitality is the source of creative energy. Once you really master meditation mastery secrets, you may even seem to age backwards. Much of aging is that way you look and unconscious cues. When you energize your mind and body with meditation mastery secrets, people will start seeing you as younger with more vitality. As hard as it is to believe all those things, I can promise you they are true and easily done. Were I to teach this program in a group setting, I wouldn't even consider allowing anyone into the seminar for less than $995. and more likely somewhere around $1,995. And I could easily make an online course available for somewhere between $295 to $495. Instead, you get everything in my home study course, Meditation Mastery Secrets, for such a tiny investment. The most exciting thing, Meditation Mastery Secrets doesn't require years of work or hours a day of meditation or any special skills at all. It's simple. You go through the 9 lessons, which you'll have instant access to once you click the button below. Read the lesson and then follow the exercises at the end of the lesson. It should take you less than 15 minutes a day. And when you're done with that lesson, go to the next lesson. It's as simple as that. Here's the hard truth. If taking about 15 to 20 minutes is too much for you, you likely just need to learn to live with what you have and forget about all of your dreams. If you won't dedicate that little time and that little effort to foster the power within you so you can create anything you want in this life, you'll never have anything you desire. And I would say you don't even really desire what you think you desire. Here's the place where you need to ask yourself, do I really want what I say I want? Am I the type of person who makes decisions and works towards my goals? Or am I a worthless couch potato who will forever talk about what I want but never do anything to get it? If you are still with me, I suspect I know the answer. You're one of the people who radically want to improve their lives, and I want to help you do just that. So when you click the button below and start using Meditation Mastery Secrets, I want to make sure you have everything you need to make massive changes right away. So I'm going to include Meditation Mastery Secrets ebook. I decided to publish this revolutionary information as an ebook rather than a printed book for 2 reasons. First, if I'm not printing large numbers of books, I can pass the savings to you. And second, you can have access to it in a second. You don't have to wait for processing your order or shipping time. You want to change your life now, and I want to help you do that. You'll also get free the Meditation Mastery Secrets audio book. This is a $67 value. Some people aren't visual learners. Some people need to hear things. I know and understand that. So I included a copy of Meditation Mastery Secrets as an audio book, so you can listen while you work out, while you drive, or when you're doing chores around your home. Even if you don't have time to schedule dedicated reading time, now you can discover the secrets in Meditation Mastery. But I want to make sure you have everything you could possibly need to make changes to any and every aspect of your life in days and weeks, not months and years. If you're dedicated to speed, so am I. When you promise to put Meditation Mastery Secrets to work in your life today, I'll also include Guided Meditation Bundle, a $97 value. You can start using any or all of these 6 guided meditations immediately. Through these meditations, you will start making improvements and advancements in every aspect of your life. You'll reduce stress with the stress-busting meditation. Find yourself advancing in your career when you unleash the Career Accelerator meditation. If you feel anxious and unsettled, the Inner Peace Finder meditation will center and give you a sense of calm that will exude in every aspect of your life. If you feel alone or disconnected from God, the Finding Spirituality meditation will strengthen the connection and ensure you never feel alone again. And finally, if you find it hard to make the right choices for your health, the Abundant Health meditation will ensure you effortlessly make the right choice for your health and enjoy the choice, no matter how hard or unpleasant these choices are today. You get all 6 meditations free when you show that you are committed to changing your life and having everything you want. As I said, if you are committed to speed, then I'm committed to speed for you. With these meditations, you don't even need to read Meditation Mastery Secrets or listen to the audiobook to effortlessly start making substantial and welcome changes immediately. But I want to make sure you have everything you could possibly need to make lasting changes, and so I'm going to include the Mindset Transformation System, $37 value. Where meditation works with the subconscious, a system works with the conscious mind to achieve change. When you add both together, change is so easy and quick, it can be unnerving. In the Mindset Transformation System, you'll get a book that outlines the entire process of changing your conscious awareness while using meditation mastery secrets to change your unconscious programming. You'll also get a checklist and a mind map that summarizes everything you need to do in an easy to understand list. With this list, you'll never miss a step. Whatever you want out of life, you will have the 1-2 punch to get it. You'll have complete control over your subconscious programming and your conscious focus and awareness. By bringing the power of both conscious and subconscious to bear on your goal, no one will be able to keep you from your heart's desire. Last but not least, I'm going to include a deep relaxation bundle free. This is a $67 value. When you're working and focusing on everything you want, it is very possible that in your enthusiasm, you'll find it hard to relax. Life that's a constant struggle to get the next thing isn't worth living. And because I'm all about quality of life, I want to make sure you don't get everything you want at the expense of your happiness. Besides, too much stress and too little relaxation will make it more difficult to attract the life that you want. So in order to make sure you maintain a first-class quality of life and get everything you want quickly and easily, I'm including this deep relaxation bundle. If you use these meditations and what's revealed in Meditation Mastery Secrets and the bonuses, you'll never get burned out, you'll have an amazing quality of life, and you'll attract or create everything you want in your life. Separate, you could easily invest $245 in all these tools, and even at that, they'd be worth 10 times your investment. But as I said before, when you're dedicated to speed, so am I. So when you invest in the Meditation Mastery Secrets book today, you'll get everything else for free. You get Meditation Mastery Secrets, the book, Meditation Mastery, the audio book, the Meditation Mastery bundle, the Mindset Transformation System, the Deep Relaxation Bundle, the Gold Edition. Together, you will find deep and powerful transformation. You find everything changes unbelievably quickly and easily, almost effortlessly. Before I go, I have an important question for you. Are you more than your current life? Do you feel your life as it is today is the highest and best expression of who you are? If not, then come with me and together we'll use the same techniques people have used for thousands of years to achieve unbelievable success. I used to rebuild my life after going to the brink of death, and countless people have used to find, design, and achieve the life of their dreams. Let's use Meditation Mastery Secrets to improve our lives, improve the lives of those we love, and improve our world. Sincerely, Jason Stevenson.